Hello. How are you?
Keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real with Shannon, shining through, laughs and insight, shining so bright. Keeping it real, it feels so right. Real, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real.
Hello, and welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Hello there, Miss Tiffany. How you doing?
Hello. I'm
Are
doing
you
good. Good.
Yes, yes, yes. It's so cold outside today. I tell you, I think my ears was about to fall off or something. I don't know.
It is cold.
Well, before I start any further, I just want to thank all my friends and family that called me while I was in the hospital. Thank you for your love and your prayers. I'm doing pretty good now. I feel much better. And I'm here with you tonight. So thank you
There's no
for
stopping
everything.
you.
Ain't no stopping me now. So I thank God for bringing me through. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the new year. I'm still looking forward to the new year because we're going to continue talking about getting our finances in order for the year. Because see, I, I don't want to be broke this year. I want to have. Well, let me stop saying. Well, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I thank God for what is.
No, we're not
Yeah,
broke.
I got food. I got food to eat. I can pay my bills, so I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
Hmm.
But we want everybody to get the finances in order, so this way you can make sure you take care of whatever you have to do. And with everything going on now, we don't know what's going to happen, so we want to put
And
some
you want
money
to prepare
aside
for the future.
some kind of way and
Hmm.
build some legacy wealth for our children, grandkids, or whatever. So we have a special guest joining us tonight to continue our discussion on getting the wills and trusts and just getting ourselves together. So we want to
Yeah.
bring her on.
We have a wonderful guest. We have Deborah Allen. She is a insurance guru, one of the top leaders in the industry. She's been working in the industry for 46 years now. She owned and operated her own industry called D and Allen Agency. She's received numerous awards for her accomplishments in her career, and now she's a financial consultant for New York Life Insurance, where she currently works in for New York, Delaware, and Florida. So let's welcome Deb. What we call her Debbie Allen.
Yes, hello there, Miss Allen. Well,
Hello, everybody.
if you want to know about insurance, this is the woman to talk to because she eats, sleep, dream, do everything about insurance. So she knows everything. So thank you so much for coming on. We've been trying to get you for a whole year, but your calendar never works out for you to come on. So I guess
Uh,
26 is our lucky year.
Thank
So
you.
thank
Thank
you for
you.
coming on. Thank you. So we want to talk about tonight. We want to talk about the wills and the trust because a lot of people don't have that, and some people don't think it's really necessary to have it, but it's important that you have something.
Well, first, I want to thank Lottie, a phenomenal host, and Tiffany, her daughter, for inviting me and talking about something so important to us. When you know better, you do better. And I
Mhm.
think at this point in time, especially at this point in time, we've learned a lot, but we need to take it to the next stage.
Right.
Mhm.
So, again, thank you for inviting me. And I'm going to touch upon first, I want to say this: I'm not an attorney. So I'm going to give you information, and you can take that information and speak to the attorneys in your particular states to find out their rules and regulation because every state is a little different. I've been in this industry for 52 years. I have a Series 63 certification. That's a law for finance, but I'm not an acting attorney. So let's talk about money, your future, wills, trusts, and retirement planning. Let's get started if everybody's ready.
I'm
We're
ready.
ready.
Ready? Okay, let's go. Life insurance plays a powerful role in wills, trust, and retirement planning when used properly. And let me repeat that. Life insurance plays a powerful role in wills, trust, and retirement planning when used properly. Life insurance provides liquidity, tax efficiency, protection for loved ones, and certainty at death. What are the benefits with a will? Well, here are some of the key benefits, and I'm going to touch upon key benefits with wills, trust, and retirement planning. Life insurance works alongside of a will, and wills will ensure that your wishes are carried out the way you want it to be, smoothly. It covers estate expenses, funeral costs, legal and probate costs, outstanding debts, and taxes. This prevents heirs from having to sell assets under pressure. How many times have you heard of a family member you're trying to sell the house because you can barely pay for the funeral?
Mhm.
But if that life insurance is done properly, you will not have that problem. Fair distribution of assets. And let's say you have a business. There's always that one child that's going to work along with you in the business, and everybody else is going to be outside of that business. But in the event of your passing, and let's not sugarcoat it, Chat GPT AI has not found a way to keep us alive forever and ever. I'm going, we're all going to go. I don't
Mhm.
want to sugarcoat that like someone's going to be here forever. So far, that's not happening. But enjoy the time that you're here. As people say, live your best life. Fair distribution would be your child inherits the business and the other children will inherit the life insurance proceeds. That's what makes it fair. Also, it will help your will to avoid probate in certain states, not all states, but certain states, if there's enough money to cover everything. And I'm using the word life insurance. I can easily replace that word with money because that's what it is, money. Now, how does life insurance in a trust work? Life insurance is often used inside and or alongside of a trust. This will give greater control, tax efficiency, and we're going to go through some of the benefits.
So now, Deborah, now let's back up a little bit
Mhm.
with the will stuff. Even though people put a will together and the will is supposed to specify, okay, Lottie, you get this, Tiffany, you get that, Johnny, you get that, Carol, you get that. But
Yes.
then how is it then that when something happens, sometimes it can be contested? Now, I don't understand that part. How do people contest the will if it's made out specifically who's supposed to get what and what's supposed to be done?
Well, if an individual contests a will, that's not based on what the will is indicating, it's how the will was set up.
Hmm.
There are many ways you can set up a will. I strongly suggest my clients seek out an attorney, a probate attorney, a financial planning attorney. But there are individuals, because now you can do everything through your computer. You can go in and set up a will through your computer.
Hmm.
But if those of us that decide to do that, you need to know a little bit about the law because sometimes those are the easiest wills to contest.
Hmm.
Is the
So
one set up by the by yourself with the Chat GPT and all of the other
Yeah,
things.
you can.
So
There are programs there. You can set up your own will, and it advertises. You don't need to pay an attorney. You can do it yourself. Well, I indicate to people, if you do, you kind of need to know a little bit about the law,
mhm.
mhm.
because
Is
maybe
that
that can be
is that
contested.
the same thing with the trust that someone can also contest your trust, or with a trust they can't do it with a trust?
It depends on how the trust was set up.
Oh, it's
Mhm.
the same thing that is how it's set up.
Is how,
Well,
yeah.
it's high. It's well, 9 times out of 10, you're not setting up a trust, and I'm going to touch upon the trust. I'm going to get
Mhm.
there, Lottie.
But how do we
What?
tie the life insurance into the trust? And now, how do you determine how much life insurance to get?
Well, that's the reason why when you sit down with a financial planner, okay, and I'm going to go through that, but I'll touch upon it right now. A financial planner is going to ask you a lot of personal questions. And it's not that that individual wants to get into your business. It's because we need to know everything about you financially so that we can set up things correctly for you so that they come to fruition the way you want them to come to fruition.
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
So we're not just asking you questions to get into your business.
Hmm.
I've had a client come to me indicate, oh, the last person they were asking me too much information. Well, we need that.
Hmm.
You want ABC to happen, well, that's going to take money. Well,
Hmm.
life
Hmm.
insurance is exactly that. It's money.
So now so I want to get to this because we don't have a lot of time, but what I'd like to know so much is that when we take out life insurance, normally we say we're going to take out life insurance because we're thinking about having enough money to, bury us, so it doesn't put a burden on the family. But life insurance now has changed so much until now, I understand it can be used to start building wealth because back in the day when you used to take out a insurance policy for about $10,000 or 5,000 or whatever, we don't do that today. We should be taking out policies for like 100,000, 500,000, $1 million policy. It,
Well, I've been in this business a total of 52 years. And 52 years ago, we could only have minorities a certain amount of life insurance.
Mhm.
Children, no more than 1,000. Women married, no more than 5,000. And married men, no more than 10,000. And those policies were used for burial. We've come so far, so much further than
Right, 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 right. Well, what we're going to do, Deborah, before we move on, we're going to take a quick break and come back, and we want to get right into the neck of the thing.
that.
We'll
Okay,
be
we're gonna go into trust.
right. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's Shannon.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing to keep us focused.
What do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt and help your mental health?
Because being the best isn't just about taking care of your body. It's about taking care of your mind and your mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority.
Oh yeah, it's Shannon. Keeping it real. Keeping it real. Every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. On Facebook, YouTube, it's on tonight. It's Prime.
we're back, and our special guest is Miss Debbie Allen. Debbie, we want to get right into it. We don't have a lot of time, but I really want you to touch on why is it important that you really should have a trust. Me personally, I think a trust is better than a will, but not everybody might can get a trust. But if they could get a trust,
Okay, Lottie. Um, Everyone can, but not everyone can afford a trust.
hmm
Okay. The cost, there is a increase in the cost of setting up a trust, and it depends on the type of trust. Now, with some of the benefits of the trust is that a trust allows you to decide when beneficiaries will receive money, why they will receive money. Okay, for instance, education. If you want your children or grandchildren to graduate from college to get a bachelor's and then go on, that the trust can indicate when they will receive X amount of dollars. And that would be for education. If you want housing, you want to be help your children buy their first home. That money can come from the trust. Healthcare, and I'm going to go into healthcare because there are many types of trust. You have a trust, you have special needs trust. You have there are many different types of trust based on how you want your monies to be
right?
used.
hmm
And a trust, especially a special needs trust, that protects the vulnerability of your beneficiaries, minor children, beneficiaries with disabilities. It also protects your trust from individuals that may want to mismanage your funds.
hmm
With a trust, you decide who will be the trustee. This has to be an individual that you totally, totally, totally trust.
hmm
You will assign an administrator of your trust. Now, here's how the will works. If you with the will, you should have well, if anything, a will. A will is simply a letter of instruction, healthcare proxy, living will, and a trust. There are trusts, various types of trusts based on how you need those trusts to work. That the one of the advantages of a trust does not necessarily, most trusts do not go through probate court.
hmm
All wills will go through probate court. What happens in probate court is that all of your assets are looked upon and evaluated, and a dollar amount will be assigned to your assets.
hmm
And that means your estate will have to pay taxes. Now, if you don't have a lot, it's not going to be a problem.
hmm
But if you do have a lot, it may be a financial problem if you don't have enough money to pay those fees.
Okay, then. So it's costly. It's costly.
Well, it's six and one
It
is
can get
better than
costly
the
then.
other.
Are those
Yeah.
more legal fees that you're referring to?
Legal fees are for the attorney, probate fees are for the court, the
Mhm.
taxes.
Okay. So it's
Mm-hmm.
it's both of them that you'll
Both.
probably be respond. So what in case, some people don't bother with the trust or even think they can get a trust because they're like, I have no assets, I don't have a house, bank account, nothing. But can you take your life insurance policy and then create a trust from it so
Yes.
you can then delegate it? Because I think people don't know that that can be an asset that you can put in the trust.
Tiffany, 5 stars. 5 stars out of five. Because this is the beauty. This is called wealth and legacy building.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. I don't care if you think you don't have a pot or window, but you have a couple of dollars and you can afford life insurance. That life insurance policy can be the foundation of your trust. That money goes into a trust because it's money.
Oh, okay.
Have life insurance that goes into the trust. You have life insurance that protects the trust, the assets that are in the trust. So let's say you don't have a car, you don't have a house, you don't have rental property, you have none of that. You don't have a business, but you want to create a legacy and wealth for your next generation.
Okay, so creating the legacy and the wealth for the next generation. Okay, so that insurance policy you have, say whatever the amount it is, 50,000 or whatever. So you take that policy and set it up into a trust, and then just say in the trust how much you want to use for barrier, and then the rest will be set up to start, building, money for your children or grandchildren or whoever you want to leave it to. So
Yes,
we're using it that way.
what we would do is pay last expenses, whatever your funeral expenses are, whatever debts that you have, all of that would come out of the policy. The difference will go into the trust.
Hmm.
Okay, so that would stay
And
in the
right.
trust.
And
Mhm.
based on your instructions, if you indicate, I want my grandchildren to go to college and I'm going to use the monies after the second year that they're in college, we want to contribute $10,000 towards a college education.
Mhm.
Whatever,
Okay.
however you want to set it up.
Okay.
And the advantages of using life insurance in that way is that I'm jumping ahead.
Mhm.
You have life insurance policies that accumulate equity, cash
Okay.
value, savings, interest plus dividends. The beautiful thing of using life insurance in that way, life insurance is not a taxable event. And I'm jumping ahead. We can use life insurance. We can set up an irrevocable life insurance trust for you.
Mhm.
What does
That
that
means
mean?
no one can change this contract. No one can contest it.
Hmm.
So the trustee has to do exactly follow exactly how you set it up.
That's right.
You have to make sure
The
that it's
trustee
done
can
that
get
way.
upset as much as possible, but either they're going to adhere to what you want or they can just step back.
Mhm. So do we have to put any money in there for the trustee to get anything to handle the trust for us? Or they just
Usually there is a fee.
oh
And
we do
that
have to put a fee in there?
well, usually,
Uh-huh.
some
Like how
people
much?
indicate, oh, I love that if this person is a relative. I love my family member. You don't have to pay me. Well, being a trustee is a lot of work.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And
So how
usually,
much are you talking about that you would like put in? Like what would you give them? Like what?
well, I'm going to, because, the time and era we're in, things can change. But average, it's anywhere from 3 to 12% when
Oh,
they do services for you.
Three
okay.
to 12% of what's in your trust,
In the
or what's the
trust?
percentage based on?
It's based on the value of the trust.
The value. Okay, wow.
Oh, okay. They getting quite a bit, ain't they?
Yeah.
It can,
If you have
they're
enough,
doing
you have a
things.
lot in there.
And you can indicate if they do this is what what they will be entitled to. One of the reasons why I think it's good to pay your especially if it's a family member, is because it's a lot of work and you don't want them to get resentful and you don't want them to try and mismanage.
Mhm.
Mhm.
because
But we
one
know, but
thing about
that's kind of hard. I understand where you're coming from, Deborah, and everything. But that's kind of, I'm thinking while you were talking, because I'm saying this is kind of hard to be managed, because even if you leave it to the person you think you can trust, I have seen so many things happen when it comes to money. That trust and those people you thought you could trust go out the window, because people should really take heed to setting up some kind of paper stuff. Because when I watch when Prince died, I watched when Aretha died, because none of them had wills and stuff. And this money, it was like they was like vultures, crazy people like coming out of the woodwork. Like, what is going on here? People
well,
forgot who they were, that they sisters and brothers. When money come, what's that saying? Money is the root of all evil. Them
Mhm.
relatives don't give a hoot, nothing. You dead, you gone. You don't know what they doing.
people act funny when it comes to money. That's all I'm going to say. But with the trust, you do have protection. Okay, an individual could indicate, I know this person is abusing their rights to manage the trust, and they can take it to court.
Hmm.
You can always replace a trustee.
Hmm. Hmm. So,
Revoke.
then it's good then if you leave the trust to someone, right? To let that someone you left the trust to know what's going on, so they would know if the trustee is not doing what they're supposed to be doing, or if you told them to give them a certain amount of money at a certain time, or when they get this age or whatever, and they're not doing it, then they can do something. And so it's better to let that person know who you left it to.
I don't know whether that you would speak to your attorney about.
Mhm.
I don't know whether I would want my beneficiaries to know exactly who the trustee will be.
Mhm.
Sometimes ahead of time, people try to do things. So you need to be a little careful. And I think your attorney can advise you a little bit more on
Mhm.
if you need to let everybody know. I am the type of individual that if we're doing life insurance, I really prefer my clients not let family members know how much life insurance.
Mhm.
You can
Okay.
indicate if anything happens to me, call this company.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Well,
just me.
Exactly.
If you want
right.
to
But they
tell
might try to bump
everybody,
you off before time. They might bump
Well,
you off before
we
time.
hope that doesn't happen. We really do.
yeah,
Excuse me,
But
but we
if you
know
want to
stuff
tell
happens.
if you want to tell everybody, that's on you. I strongly suggest that
Well,
let
you're right about that, Deborah, because now with the kids now, like killing the parents and stuff, like I
oh
don't know, is it because of something like that? Is it? I
yes.
mean, I know there's other issues going on and stuff like that, but that's
yeah,
why I was saying
there's so
sometimes
many
people ain't
issues
got the nerve
going
to know
on.
anything.
Yeah. Well, Deborah, I want to thank you for coming in. Unfortunately, we ran out of time. You are a wealth of information. But, if anybody needs to work, please contact Deborah for life insurance. She's the best financial consultant. She will get your house in order.
Well, if she has a little bit of time, we can do an after show. Do we have time for the after show? We can come out and get some more questions and answers if necessary.
I'm,
We can do,
I have a little more time. It's not a problem. Just let me
we can
know.
we can do an after show and get some more questions in so thank you for joining us for this part of the show. If you want to hear more, you can stay on, and we're going to do an after show, and that way we have some more questions for her. So we thank you for coming on. We thank you for watching, and remember, you can see us on Saturdays on Brick at 5:30 and 2:30 in Manhattan Neighborhood Network. And we want to thank you again for joining us. So as always, we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
are back for our after show. Thank you for hanging around, and we're going to talk to Debbie Allen a little bit further. So, Debbie, I wanted you to elaborate a little more on when you was talking about how we use the policy to start building wealth. So, in other words, do we take out more than one policy for different things, or how does that work that we can use insurance policies to start building wealth?
Well, one of the reasons I indicate to my clients we're attached at the hip now. As their life changes, and they start expanding, I want to be right along with them because we need to make changes to the insurance policies as well. Um, Individuals, for instance, you buy your first home, you have a mortgage. We strongly suggest you have mortgage life insurance, and that what that does that indicates in the event of your death, we'll pay the balance of that mortgage off so your family can remain living in the home. There's nothing worse than having to do a short sale on a property because you have to sell it really quick for under the value because your family needs the money and they're going to have to vacate those premises because they can no longer make those mortgage payments.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So as you start to grow, we want to grow right along with you.
Is
Okay.
that mortgage insurance something as like a rider or attachment to your life insurance policy?
It
Or
can be I with my clients I have it as a separate contract.
mhm.
That's a separate contract.
Right. This is the policy that's used to pay the mortgages.
Okay.
Okay. This is the policy that will be used to go into the trust.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. This is the policy that will be used for your business.
Mm.
Okay. So
If you're
everything
an
separately.
entrepreneur,
Everything separately.
right.
Mhm.
We want you start a business, we want you to remain in business regardless of all the things that can happen. And
Mhm.
one of the things, as we all know, is death
Mhm.
Mhm. Mhm.
or your health changes.
Mhm.
So we want you to continue to grow, build that legacy, even in the event of death.
Mhm. Mhm. So I want to understand also too, like you said, if you own a house, a car, whatever, they said you can have like a bundle package, like put everything on that insurance policy together. Is that good to do that?
Having life insurance is a beautiful thing. It doesn't matter how you do it, just make sure you have it because that's that money that you didn't think you had.
Mhm.
And especially now, we're living longer. We may not be healthier, but we are living longer.
Mhm.
So therefore, many of your insurance companies have reduced the premium cost. And we need to take advantage of that.
You said reduced. When
Yes,
did they reduce it? Because I don't
For
see
life
nothing
insurance?
yet.
the cost, the premium of life insurance.
It's been reduced.
Yes, many companies.
Oh, well, I
And
Because
need to
life
find those
insurance
companies.
premiums are based on longevity, how long you're going to live. So if you're living longer, then your premiums will be a little less because they're going to get it for a longer period of time.
so are they saying that we are living longer now?
We are living longer. We're
Mm.
living at one point in time when I first started 50 something years in this business, your life insurance policies that they considered permanent ended at age 88. Then it went to 95. Then it went to 100. Now, majority of your policies cover 121 years old.
Mm, wow.
Really? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
Oh.
All right.
up to
But what?
121 years old.
So what happens when if you reach, let's say you have a policy that is 95 and you reach 95,
Mhm.
does the policy expire or, you no longer just have to pay premiums, but you still have the policy?
It depends on it. That depends on the type of policy that you have. You obviously will not be making any more. Usually, if a policy goes to age 95, probably at age 88, you stop making payments on the policy.
Hmm.
Because if it's if this would probably be a permanent policy we're talking about. So therefore, if the cash value of that policy equals the death benefit, you can receive one or the other. A paid up policy for the death benefit that you're no longer making payments, or the cash value in the contract. It depends on the insurance company and it depends on the type of policy.
Hmm.
So, I don't understand that policy. The one you said about once you paid up on the death benefit and you're no longer paying for the policy, but the
Right.
policy is still intact. When you first take that policy out, what is that like? You'll say, okay, they'll pay up to 100 for you to reach 100 years old, and then if you reach the 100 after that, you don't have to pay anymore, but it's still intact.
Most of the policies now are different. You can customize it. But going back 50, 60 years ago, you paid that policy until either the cash value equaled the death benefit, or you paid the policy until the end of the policy period. And you would have what
Mhm.
they call a paid up policy. Policies now, companies now, work policies are different.
Mhm. Now, on the other policies, I know we're talking about. I know we have spent a lot of time talking about, life insurance policies,
Mhm.
home mortgaging policies, and stuff like that. But I mean, with these insurance companies and stuff, I think it's also important too that we need to find out. Even with a car, getting insurance for the car. I mean, I feel that they're just ripping us off. I'm sorry, because you are paying so much insurance on a car. Like, if you have an older model car for 20 years old, and you don't even drive it that much or whatever, and you're paying all this money every 6 months for what? And you only have liability on the car, 'cause that's all they want to give you on the car is liability, because it's not worth putting full coverage on it. But the premium, the amount of the policy is so expensive until really you need to just park the car.
Okay, Lie, you changing the whole subject.
Yeah, she did go to
Well,
the.
I'm
She
trying
went
to
to.
find out about all the
But
policies
She
that you
want to
want,
talk
because
about
I have cars too,
it.
so I need to know about car policies as well, because I feel that we're just getting ripped off with all of
okay,
these
but
expenses, you know?
I well, that I'm licensed in that too. When it comes to automobile insurance, if you're talking about, first of all, in the state, I'm licensed in a lot of different states, but in the state of New York, New York is broken down to 5 boroughs and 2 counties. The cost of your life insurance is contingent on the borough or the county you live in.
Mhm.
If you're living in Brooklyn, you're going to have the highest rates. Now,
Wow.
when if you have an older car that you're no longer going to put collision and comprehensive coverage on it. And comprehensive means fire, theft, vandalism, hitting an animal. That's comprehensive. Okay, collision is having an act, your car having a bodily injury to it, regardless of who's at fault. So the insurance company will pay to have your car repaired. Doesn't matter who's at fault if you have collision coverage. If you only have liability, this is the importance of having liability. If you own a home and you have other properties in your personal name, everything that's in your personal name, your home, your bank account, your pension, your social security, and you're still driving, if you are involved in an accident, you now are at risk of losing those things if you do not have enough liability coverage.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So, Liability protects your assets,
Mhm.
your house, your rental property, your social security, your pension. Because remember, the more things you have,
Mhm.
if someone says you had an accident with them and it was your fault, they're going to go to an attorney. You've seen all the commercials about attorneys on television.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
attorneys are saying, you don't need to even pay us. We'll take your case free. Because the person you had that accident with has a lot of stuff. And we're going to take 1/3 as our fee. I'm just,
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah.
I'm just playing. Okay. But they take a nice percentage as their fee because they can and because you
Mhm.
have it.
Well,
So when people indicate, I have so much liability coverage on my auto policy and my car is old, liability has nothing to do with the age of your car. Liability has to do with your assets and what you want to protect, tangible and liquid. You want to keep
Mhm.
those things.
well,
Yeah.
how much liability would you
We
recommend?
need. Yeah.
Because I think New York, the minimum is like 50,000, but there's other states that like let you have 25,000, which we know is not enough nowadays for any type of bodily injury claim or anything of that sort.
Well,
So,
in the state of New York, the minimum is $25,000 per person, $50,000 per
mhm,
occurrence, and $25,000 of property damage. Minimum. As a homeowner, I would have my minimum for my clients as a homeowner would be 100,000 over 300,000 with $100,000 of property damage. That's the minimum. But anyone that knows me knows, okay, they have $1 million umbrella policy. So we're
mhm,
not playing
mhm,
Mhm.
because you expressed to me you want to keep your assets.
mhm,
Oh, definitely. Ain't working all
So
that time to
I,
get
I you
and
probably
lose it.
have the 100, 300, or if you say to me, I don't think I need the mill, then I'm going to say, well, at least 250,000 over 500,000
mhm.
with $100,000 of property damage. And they may say, Miss Allen, why do I need $100,000 of property damage? And I may say, if you come out and hit my car, you're going to need $100,000 of property
Well,
damage.
these cars are now much more expensive, and people are driving expensive cars
Yes,
nowadays. It's 60,000 and up, pretty much.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everything after COVID, everything's more expensive.
Mm,
Right.
So
Right. They
that
doubled everything.
again, that is the reason why your insurance professional, you're attached at the hip.
mhm,
Mhm.
Because my job, I can only do what I can do.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I indicate to my clients, sign here. I have explained to you what I'm suggesting. You don't want to do that? No problem.
Mhm. Okay.
No problem.
So, so Miss Allen, our time is up again, but I want you to, before you go, is to at least say, you know, what is it? We know it's important that we should have insurance and we should get insurance, but to people who say, "Oh, I can't afford to get any insurance," what would you say to them to let them know you can get insurance, even if you don't have a lot of money?
Um, what I would say is that first of all, you really don't need a lot of money because insurance is based on what you can afford to lose. And if you can't afford to lose anything, then you need to protect it. We've come a long way with insurance. It's that bank account you forgot you had. When things hit the fan, that's that money that's going to keep your house in the family. When things hit the fan, that's that money that'll keep your child in college. When things hit the fan, that's that money that will keep you in the style in which you are used to living, because it's ensuring your spouse's pension. And your spouse took 100% of the pension benefit. Now, the spouse has passed, so you're not getting any more of the pension money. But we insured that pension. And the beautiful thing about it is that you will no longer have to pay taxes on money that will be coming to you every month or every year, because we wrote life insurance on the pension.
Mhm. Well, now we know that's a good thing to do and to have, even if you only got a few pennies.
Yep.
Take a few pennies and go buy you a
Mhm.
policy so that way you make sure you have something to protect you and your family. So I hope you have gotten something out of today's show that you can use. If nothing else, remember what Miss Allen said, that, make sure you get a policy regardless if it's not even a large sum of policy. Protect yourself, protect your family. And if you want more information or you want to talk to Miss Allen, please give her a call. She's very thorough and she can answer all of your questions. And we want to thank you again for staying for the after show. And thank you for joining us again tonight. And, let's stay safe.